the slope. Who remembers how to find the slope? Anybody?
Point slope.
Now, point slope is something we do, but it doesn't say write the equation of the line. It says find the slope of the line, which is part of the point slope process, but we're not doing the whole point slope thing. We just want the slope. Anybody remember how to find the slope if you are given 2 points like -1, 2, and 6, 8? M is our slope letter. So I'm hearing it. Who's saying it?
Is it y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1?
It absolutely
girl.
is.
You go, girl.
Now, if you aren't a formula person, I'm not. Megan is, and that's awesome. If you're not, just pay attention to what's going on here. We subtract our y's and we subtract our x's. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to subtract my y's, 8 minus 2, and I'm going to subtract my x's, 6 minus -1. Y minus y, x minus x. How many of you have heard of slope described as rise over run? Okay? Now, when we say rise, that means up and down, right? Run is sideways. You run sideways, you rise up. So it doesn't confuse you that it has to be y over x. Rise over run. Vertical over horizontal. Always y over x. My answer is 6 sevenths. Is that what you got? That means if you were graphing this, you would count up 6 and over 7. That's what slope means. All right, do the second one. What's the slope of the second line? That one works out kind of nicely, doesn't it? What did you get? -1. Are there any questions about -1? All right, problem 2 is a little tricky. You've got a couple of points, but one of them's only half there. And we know the slope is 4/5. Where did I get 4/5? I have no idea. I was too worried about what Trey was doing back there in the back row.
Triple.
All right, we okay now? All right, how do we find slope? Well, that's the slope intercept form of the line, but if all I want is the slope, the first part of that, just find the slope, I do y minus y over x minus x. So I'll do 6 minus 5 over x minus 4. Y minus y over x minus x. Is that okay? Now that's my slope. I know that my slope equals 3/4. So now I can try to solve this little equation to figure out what that x has to be. So 6 minus 5 is 1. How do I solve something like this? Cross multiply. So I'm going to take 4 times 1 and 3 times x minus 4. So 4 times 1 and 3 times x minus 4. So 4 equals 3x minus 12. 16 equals 3x and x equals 16 thirds. What do you think about that? that okay? Alright, let's try the next one. It's exactly the same thing, only this time y is the variable. It's the same idea. Okay, so what do we do first? Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't matter which one you subtract from the other, right?
It does not matter.
Simple.
Now, here's the thing though, Avery. If you're going to do y minus -2, then you have to do 1 minus
Right.
3. But as long as you're going the same direction, it doesn't matter which direction that is.
Okay.
So I like the idea of doing y minus -2 over 1 minus 3. And that has to equal -2/3 because that's my slope. So what do I have here on top? Y plus 2 over -2 equals -2/3. Now, are we going to cancel these two 2's? No way, Jose, because of that plus sign. You can't cancel a piece of the numerator. You have to be able to cancel out in the whole thing. All right, so I guess we'll cross multiply. Here we go. See if I can do this in my head. 3y plus 6 equals 4. So 3y equals -2 and y equals -2/3. All right, just a little bit more. And this page is all review. You've already used the vocabulary, so I think you probably know what to do. Number 3a says write the equation of the line using the point slope form. Write the equation of the line through -1, 2, and 6, 4. All right, who remembers? What?
We find slope first.
Beautiful. We find the slope first. So our slope will be 4 minus 2 over 6. Oh, yuck. Our slope is 2/7. Now you have been told to use point slope in the directions. In the real world, no one cares. But of course, in math class, I have to make sure you know all the methods. So, we're going to use point slope. Remember how that works? What I heard something.
I heard y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b is what we call the slope-intercept form. So we're going to be using that, Mr. Harvey, absolutely, but not till we get to the next problem where it says use slope-intercept. That's the slope-intercept form. And that may be your favorite. I like the point slope. Anybody remember what that form is? You talked about it before. Maybe you just remember the term and you don't remember how it works. Point slope says, pick one of your 2 points, and I'm going to pick this one because they're both positive. But pick one of them, doesn't matter which one. And y minus the y coordinate. Oh, now we remember. Y minus the y coordinate equals m times x minus the x coordinate. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
If you write it out as a formula like this, it would be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Again, I'm not a big formula memorizer. Some formulas I have to know. But here I just remember what I'm supposed to do. Y minus the y coordinate equals m times x minus the x coordinate. And the y and the x come from one of your points. It doesn't matter which point you use. You can use that one if you wanted. Mr. Harvey, did you have a question? Now, I'm not done with that equation, unfortunately. I've got to clean it up a little bit. But this is how I start. Now, when I say I'm going to clean it up, do you have any idea what I'm going to do to it? Distribute. So y minus 4 equals, right now I'm going to distribute. Here we go. 2/7 x minus what? This is 6/1. So when I distribute, I will get, good, 12/7. And then I'm going to add 4 to both sides so that I can get my y by itself. So I have my 2/7 x. Now, oh, shooty. I need to add these together. So I have a negative 12/7 and a positive 4/1. How do I add those together? I cannot get rid of the fractions. I'm stuck with them in this problem. Get a common denominator. So this is negative 12/7. And this would be 28/7. So 28 and negative 12 makes 16/7. Kind of messy down there, but that's the final answer to the problem. Now, I want you to get up and go find someone you're not sitting by and work on problem B with your partner, and let's see if we can all match, come up with the same answer. So get up out of your seat, go someplace else, Mr.
What
Harvey.
if those both give you just the same answers?
Oh, absolutely they will. Yep. There's only one equation. It's just how we approach it. That's what's different.
I got it
No,
right. Trey, you're not
bell's
gonna
gonna ring in 9 minutes. No, you have to do that outside of class time. So for the next period, you can do that lunchtime and find somebody that you're not sitting by. Yeah, you can work in threesomes. That's all right. Three's okay.
Wait, which one do we do then? Oh, B. So y1 minus y2 over.
I don't know how to do
Y minus 5 equals 3 over 2. That'd just be x minus x5.
I'm not sure how you're all starting, but you all should be starting by finding the slope. You need the slope.
But if I was
You gotta find the slope first.
Does it not matter?
Remember you found out the one.
Minus 5 is negative.
But then it's a negative 2, but it's a negative 2 over 2. You make it all positive. You can't have both negative 3 and negative 2.
So this theory we just reduce it.
Because look, you can't both negative.
And then you just add some more.
15 over 2.
Yeah.
So then you add 5, so you have 10, so that's 25 over 2. That'd be 3 over 2
Next
x
time we're
minus
drink 6 bottles of water.
25.
Are you having an emergency too?
That was so easy.
Hurry up.
I do it for my game.
Hurry up. Just stop it. Hurry up.
Did you get that, Everett?
Hey, Gillette, let's get it on. Let's use some Gillette.
Now, when you think you have your answer, look up here on the board. I did it twice. I did it with the .55 and I did it with the .32. Because remember, you get to pick, and I'm not sure which one you chose.
Barber razor.
Cameron?
How can you tell whether it's gonna be like minus the 5 over 2 or plus the 5 over 2? Like I'm getting
Like here?
like for the, yeah.
Okay, well, what I did was I added 5 to both sides. So so now I'm simplifying this. So I have a negative 15 halves and a positive 10 halves. Since 15 is bigger than 10, my answer will end up being negative.
You gotta just show me.
Do you see why?
Avery, what'd you get? 3, we got X, we have
Wait.
5 X.
15 over 2.
It's not.
15 over 2 for the last.
No, she hasn't finished it yet.
No, I'm
Wait.
This
So
is
it's
my
negative. Okay, so
answer,
it's negative 4. Yeah.
or this is my answer,
We added.
depending on which way I went, which point I used.
So it should have been negative.
Notice they match.
Wait, where did my son check and see the picture?
See how we added?
Eric, you guys got it?
Did you get Y equals 3?
So we just added, we just did add like a negative to negative. So we should have added, should have added a positive to negative. So it should have been 5.
Y minus 5.
Oh, she gets this.
Would you add the 5 over? Yes. So add the 5 over 2. That would be 10 over 2.
What are you looking at, zombies?
I'm still trying to do this.
What's he was saying, man? Sanders said he
Okay. Quickly, we gotta get through number 4 before the bell rings. We already know, oh, stop. Anybody have a question about this? Again, you do not have to do it twice. I did it twice because I didn't know if you were using the .55 or if you were using the .32. Either way, you come out with exactly the same answer. Now, number 4 is exactly the same question, except we're not going to do the point slope form. We're going to go straight to the slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. However, we start exactly the same way. So what's step 1? No matter which way you're doing the problem, step 1 is find the slope. So 5 minus 1 over negative 1 minus 4. I have a slope of negative 4/5, but you might want to double check that. That's what we got. Now, with point slope, you did something like this. You said y minus the y equals m times x minus the x. What do you do with slope intercepts? You still pick a point, and I'm going to pick that one because they're both positive. You still pick a point, and you plug x in for x, and y in for y, and m in for m. So I end up with 1 equals negative 4/5 times 4 plus b. Oh, no, wait a minute. What's b? I'm going to be able to figure it out, but what does b stand for?
It's the y-intercept.
That's your y-intercept. So if you were going to be graphing this, That would be the point that you started with, right? And then you count up and over and all that stuff. But we need to figure out what it is. So quickly, we're gonna figure out this. We're gonna go ahead and multiply -4/5 times 4/1. What do I get when I multiply those? -16/5. Remember, when you multiply fractions, it's top times top, bottom times bottom. Now we're gonna add 16/5 to both sides. Where you got 1?
21.
It's
21.
5/5 plus 16/5. B ends up equaling 21/5. So the answer is y equals -4/5 x plus 21/5. We get the same kind of answer, we just did different work. And we will do the second one tomorrow, because I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Everybody should have P1 to P3 homework going. Right? And tomorrow we'll wrap up there so somebody will. I will.
We don't think of.
Don't forget your excuse me for this.
Oh, yeah.
No, we were, yeah.
Geechee, would you hit the off button?
Yeah.
Thanks.